So the other day I went through and did a full comparison between the iPhone 11 and the iPhone 15. And what's very interesting, every single time that I go ahead and compare all these older iPhones compared against the newer ones, there's clearly some advantages and disadvantages of going up and picking up one of the newer, iPhones. But the weird thing is, in my opinion, the iPhone 11 is still a pretty decent pickup, although it wouldn't be the first iPhone I'd recommend buying. If you're somebody who's coming from, let's say, an iPhone 6S or an iPhone 7 or an iPhone 8, even an iPhone XR, going up to an iPhone 11 I think is a very solid option, and there are lots and lots of reasons why I would recommend buying something like an iPhone 11 over maybe something like an iPhone, XS, iPhone XS Max, those particular devices. Now, a big thing to kind of keep in mind is that the availability of the iPhone 11s might be a little bit more easier and tougher in some ways. So the first thing, in the Apple certified refurbished market, there's not really any iPhone 11s that are available. This is kind of sad, but if you're wanting to go ahead and buy an iPhone 11 in the used market, your only options are basically going through some sort of used reseller. Things like eBay.com, if you want to go through like Facebook Marketplace, those types of websites is where you can buy these iPhones at. So in one way, the iPhone 11 is a little bit harder to find, but in the other way, the iPhone 11 has never been cheaper. This particular iPhone in so many different ways is so solid, and the best thing that I like about the iPhone 11 is that it's an iPhone that was fairly similar to the Pro models of that year, but also it was an iPhone that is still supported with software as of this point. So that's a pretty big deal. If you're wanting to go ahead and buy one of these iPhones, you can easily buy them for probably less than $300, probably closer to around $200 depending on the condition. If you buy a used one, not from like a person who's selling 100 of them, but like a person who's just selling like one, like a random person, you can buy them for like $200 and probably $40, $250. And for an iPhone that is, a couple of years old, but it's still supported with software, has a pretty good build quality, not the best display, but the same size display as an iPhone 15, very similar build quality on the outside, still has a dual camera setup that, doesn't rival the iPhone 15, but it still hangs up there, which is really nice. That's a very decent setup and a decent chipset, with that Apple A13 Bionic chip, 4 gigabytes of RAM, lots and lots of good stuff going on with that particular phone. I think the iPhone 11 is still a very decent pickup for a lot of people out there. Again, it would not be the first iPhone I'd recommend people to buy, but it is a very solid choice. And if you're in the market, I would 100% recommend buying an iPhone 11, especially if you're coming from something like an iPhone, 6S, an iPhone 7, or an iPhone 8, even an iPhone 10. So that pretty much covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.